Alright, so the new set came out, and I had this footage hanging around, and I just wanted to update it with what cards might be useful in this deck with the new set, and then you could take a look at my thoughts on the deck. This was Lenjav's deck from the event, and the gameplay from that later. But it's kind of interesting to see how this deck might adapt after some nerfs and changes, and see what cards might potentially be good in it, just so as maybe a potential starting point for people for the new set. So, just taking a look here, we've got a Lead Ascending and Hermit Gardener are both pretty good options from the time standpoint. This deck kind of has a mix of both, but we have enough time that we could potentially get value off of Lead. I'm not sure if this is exactly what we want, but being a 2-power 3/3 is a semi-decent stat line, so maybe Lead's good. Hermit Gardener definitely seems interesting. When I was playing this deck, I noticed Turn to Seed would just kind of blow us out, so maybe this is a good way to blow out the blowouters, I guess. But Hermit Gardener seems interesting. At the very least, it could be a good market option. Continuing along, Dr. Zytrom seems like a great addition if you're trying to if you play against any sort of mid-range deck and you're stealing their threats and attacking them with it and you've got pressure to back it up, that seems solid. We don't make as good of a use of this as others. One cool thing, if you've got 7 power, you can play Zytrom and follow it up with a Curtain Call, and you actually get to keep the minion. So that is one combo you could have access to, so keep that in mind. That's an expensive combo, but it definitely exists. And it's not too big of a deal to just, not get that insane amount of value off of your Zytrom, because he's already a 2/6, which blocks well against aggro. He will die to Annihilate, which stinks, but he lives against Jack, which is cool. Next up, Pull into Nightmares actually seems pretty good for this list. Just fast speed, dump a Zumacan into play or something. I mean, we're already dumping Zumacan into play at fast speed, but instancing out Varas and etc. are good. However, this deck already has a ton of ambush in it, so I'm not sure how good Pull actually becomes since we're ambushing half our stuff anyway. But if you're playing stuff like Hermit Gardener and Zytrom, all of a sudden this gets so much more interesting. And the reason why is if on their turn you pull into pull into Nightmares a Doctor Zytrom and then flip one of their dudes into play, that's another way you can get around the downside of having to sack, because you just take that unit and block something with it. That's actually pretty fun. Pretty fun synergy you can have there. I say fun, but maybe not. But it's going to be a blowout if you pull it off. So that's kind of cool. You will need 5 time. So we have four non-time effects. So there's a chance you kind of whiff on that, but we've got some plunder to get there. So this could potentially be a deck, something to look for. I don't know how good Distracting Flashbang is in this kind of list. I don't think we'd run it. And Broken Contract and Acantha Ascending, probably not. So that's kind of it. Hermit Gardener, Zytrom, and Pull into Nightmares would be the updates. But feel free to tune this as you will. So Lenjav was also one of the ones to make top 16. He was also on Xenon, but this list is not what you'd usually expect out of Xenon. Just all in on Curtain Call, lots of nice interaction, lots of removal. I can definitely see how this deck could win out against like all of the Rakano decks, but seems interesting. Looks like he just played 3 ofs of everything just to dodge Turn to Seed. I respect that. In the market, we've got Xenon Temple, Silverblade. I guess Lumen's there for the deck Reanimator. Yeah, just a lot of thick guys in this deck. Seems solid. Let's just run it. I actually think I have some of these in shiny now that I think about it. So let's make sure I'm using all the premiums. My shiny version of the deck. And yeah. Let's run it. I don't think this is a keep. Yeah, it's an interesting discussion. I'd assume he tried it out and got punished by it, but honestly, I'm pretty sure I experienced that. Pretty sure I experienced that happening to me as well, but it was early on. Guess this is a malediction hand. What do you think, chat? How about that? I think it's a malediction hand. Cut time sigil here, grab malediction. Let's block the biggest boy. Not even gonna pretend like we don't have malediction right now. They're probably expecting it, but it's just what we do. There's no way we don't do this. Now they just play Milos into Jack and laugh at us. Oh, or not.
Reporting in.
I see that. Remember when I put that power in the market and then drew Tuvan? Good times. Oh no! We're already misplaying. Oh. We were on the draw, so we lose that game. That's just kind of how that's going to go against Fire. I'll keep this. Interestingly, if I had had ESP and guessed my opponent was on mono Fire, I think our originally hand would have did better. Or the first hand we had. But I did not have ESP that game, and we lost. Happy to see a Desert Alchemist for sure.
A single shot is all it takes.
Yeet. It's not even gonna play. Get him out of here.
Stand back.
That's one way to deal with Jack. You know what they call that, chat? A Jack check. It's a Jack check. We checked their hand for Jack and we found it.
Fresh from the battlefield.
Man, Curtain Call would be so good if it was 2 power right now. We just like flash in Scorpion Wasp, have Curtain Call up. Be actually obscene.
Now it's my turn.
Good old Vara.
Now it's my turn.
Good old 5 power Tuvon. Hey, Pleasing Sky. We're trying out the decks from the event. Well, here we are. Battling. Chilling. Popping off. Not doing anything. I know this guy from the Facebook group. He's one of the regulars there. The Eternal card game discussion. Not sure which it is, though. This deck's pretty fun to play, though. I just use this as bounce, right? We're just going face. Yeah, exactly, Echo. Hey, now we get to hold up Curtain Call.
The battlefield awaits.
Nope, Chuck Testa. This deck seems good. This hand is doo-doo. I guess we keep this. We need stuff off the top, but hopefully Sabertooth Pride Leader is enough.
There's always a bigger gun. There's always a bigger gun.
Not if they're doing this shit. What if we take their only minion and then they lose? I think they just put their only minion in the market. Who's ready for them to top deck a minion and punch our shit in?
Found my way.
Oh, okay, nice. Well, we're gonna curve out 4, 5, 6. See if it's enough. Played the Insignia there because it might get trolled by Milos eventually, so just get it into play untapped while we can. I'm letting this hit me because we already have an answer. And with this, they probably leave the game.
Hunt them down till it comes.
There we go. Deck seems okay against the aggro decks. Once you get to like slamming the fatties, not bad. I think where it really comes to be good is whenever you're playing your like big ambushers in response to like a big charge turn. And then you just untap and play Curtain Call and like stabilize. But I'd have to play more games with it to be sure, but it seems super solid so far. This is a card that's definitely not bad to Vara's choice, that's for sure.
I searched the Shadowlands and found my way.
I'd rather Vara's favorite, but Vara's choice is fine too. Oh man. That's a problem. I think we'll need our Vara here. So, this is gonna be super hard. So is Ikaria. Let's get rid of Ikaria here. That's not really what we wanted to happen. It's in the market. Some stuff. I think we just play Vara. Do you remember when this used to just get blown out by Torch? That used to be the downside of Vara, is she would just die to Torch all the time. Good times. Now Torch is slow. And they just get to look at it. And look at it. And look at it. Then untap and permafrost, probably, but whatever. Oh, they did the sack. Yeah, but there was a brief period of time where Torch wasn't nerfed, and Vara was. Unless I'm... I thought there was a window, but if there wasn't a window, then I'll take your word for it. Got some homies pulling out of the peanut gallery. Welcome. That's fair.
The fruits of paradise.
I'm gonna do Temple. It's probably wrong, but I'm doing Temple.
Sorry.
Cool! Seems fine. Wait, no. This hand dies to aggro. Well, we're on the draw. Does that mean we lost? I mean, there were a few aggro players that were upset, but as someone that really likes to give killer to cards that probably shouldn't have killer, I was not upset with having Torch go. It was just too inexpensive for aggro decks to just dunk on you if you're trying to do like really cool things. It was just way too easy for them. So we're clearly playing against Reanimator, right?
You buying or not?
I can just say that there was a deck that I really loved to play where I would give Piercing Grief killer or I would give Clockroach killer and then I would try and Dark Return them. And the amount of times where I tried to do that and just absolutely got obliterated by Torch, like, I don't even think I want to talk about it. It just happens so frequently that it was almost comical. It's almost like meme-worthy. Wonder if he's just playing, like, Value Hourglass. I just let that happen, I don't really care. Just wanna blow up his site before he draws cards. I'll keep Tuvon, and if we're keeping Tuvon, I want to play a Beseech the Throne here.
The shadow has always been.
Okay, so this is a Severin deck. I guessed the wrong deck, I guess. Okay, so you're just ramping into Severin? That's cool, with Hourglass? That's pretty neat. We'll want to get our own Xenon Temple into play, but I don't have time to go for it right now. So I want to make the play that doesn't get me blown out as much by Curtain Call.
I like turtles.
The fruits of paradise.
So we'll do this.
The nightmare rages.
Hey, Big Strom. Thank you for the follow. Alright, so we're just gonna hold up power here. In this economy?
The shadow has always been.
Look, we don't shame here, Captain Ackerman. He's living his best life. And that best life involves attacking with Severin. Whoa, what the hell? What is happening? I know what I said, but even I'm a little confused. Whoa, that's cool. So he is playing Grasping at Shadows. That's sweet. We might die here. I think well, no, we have to do this. There's no real saving it for a Zindel. Well, we had the answer, but because I drew that, I couldn't... You get what I'm saying.
The ritual is complete.
You know what's up. We probably lose, right? Their deck has more value than our, like, 1-for-1 stuff. And we lost our Tuvon. Yeah, like, I think we lose. I honestly think that this version, like, this version of Xenon seems cool. But when you can play this version of Xenon, I don't know why you'd have... Like, I don't know why you'd go back to this. Is this like Curtain Call?
Hear my power.
What's happening?
Winged justice. The ritual is complete.
We're still in this. Somehow. We're dead to Piercing Grief. Well, maybe not. Oh, we're dead to that. Alright. Okay, yeah, so this was Lenjav's deck. As you just witnessed, on paper it seems super fun, but I think in a post-summer event world, even though every single card in our deck seems to be removal, that's just not enough to deal with all this like storm of aggro. And when you play against an actual Reanimator deck, we just can't really stop them. So maybe I could have drawn a little better, but at the same time, I think it's pretty clear that we got pwned. And you know, maybe the deck was correct for the event. He obviously made top 16, and I can see how it would do good against Rakano. But in this meta, under this economy, I'd say no.